Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So I have two goals for everybody who is in relationship with me as your real estate agent of choice. My first goal is that I provide and research facts, data, and numbers, and then share that information with you so that you can always make an educated decision when it comes to your real estate purchasing, your real estate goals. The second ideal outcome I have for you is that you don't make a costly mistake. So I can help you avoid making a costly mistake by doing the first thing, which is providing facts, data, and numbers so that you and I can review together, whether it's virtual through this video that I put together for you, or it's a one-on-one consultation. So in this video, I'm going to share some history with you, just to give you an idea. If you're thinking about waiting on buying a home, if you're thinking that you're going to wait to buy to see if prices go down or see what happens with interest rates, I would encourage you to watch this video all the way through. So historically, if you go and check out what's going on with the National Home Price Index, this is S&P Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index. Right now, we're 2022. The average price for the nation is $300,000, the average sales price for a house, which is lower than San Antonio's average, okay? And then the gray areas indicate recessions. So there's 4 recessions from now all the way back to 1988, the late 80s, basically. So here's something that's really interesting. I found this super interesting when I first saw the statistic. What happened in this recession in the 90s? The housing price didn't even really go down, right? And then you just keep marching along. Early 2000s, I heard that was the dot-com bust, recession. But what happens during a recession, right? What happens to housing price? It still goes up in that year. So you just mosey along, and then the prices keep going up all the way to 2006, when the National Housing Price Index said that the average sold price was $184,000. But then we all know what happened in 07, 08, 09. We had the big recession because of the mortgage crisis, right? Banks were basically giving loans to people who shouldn't have been getting loans, and then everything just melted. So you saw the only time in history from now till 1988 where housing prices declined. And it was only for a short period of time, because in 2012, after they came down, which altogether was about on average 27%, and then they started to bounce right back up. And since then, they've been coming up, and then we had a recession in 2020. What happened then? Houses kept going up. So now we're in a new recession, 2022, according to all the data out there. What's more than likely going to happen with prices? Well, if you follow this history, housing prices are not going to go down just because we're in a recession, statistically based on this data, right? Nobody knows the future. It would take something dramatic, crazy, catastrophic for housing prices to start going down the way we saw in 08 through 2012, roughly, which I entered the business in 2011. So at the bottom, as the market was going down, I experienced something different in San Antonio. So now I want to take you to some facts from InfoSparks, which is like another resource that we have for San Antonio. So if you look at basically a 10-year period, in 2013, the average sales price was $197K. Fast forward to now, the average sales price is $364K. That's not quite double, but it's almost double the average price. If you go and you look at, well, what's the average appreciation rate in San Antonio year after year? From 2013 to 2014, it's right around 4%. From 2014 to 2015, it's right around 4%. From 2015 to 2016, it's around 5%. From 2016 to 2017, it's about 6%. And if you just keep doing that, on average, it's about 6% appreciation in San Antonio year over year, with the exception from the most recent 3 years. What I found super interesting for San Antonio is that's 13% appreciation in 2021 and 16% appreciation in 2022. Statistically, the recession doesn't necessarily mean home prices are going to go down. So what are you going to be missing out on if you decide to wait for prices to go down or interest rates to get back to the 2-3% where they were for a brief period of time, right? More than likely, if you wait 2 years or your interest rates do go down, because that's more likely to happen than it is for house prices to go down. If it goes down 1%, 2%, and gets back in the fours, you're going to save $200 to $300 a month on your mortgage, but you're going to be paying on average 4 to 6% more for that house if you look at the last 10 years. But if you just use the most recent 3 years as an average, 13% per year, you're going to pay 13% more next year for the same exact house. And if you wait 2 years, you're going to pay 13% more than that. So I'm just going to do some quick math. At 365, if the market does exactly what it did for the past 3 years and goes up by 13%, that's $47,000 more. You're going to pay $47,000 more next year for the same house. And if you wait another year after that and you're just using the statistics that I just showed you, 13% more that year, that means 53% more. So in just 2 years, you'll pay almost $90,000 more for the same house based on the data I just shared with you. This isn't made up numbers. This is based on the data I just shared with you. On top of that, rates are probably going to go up, right? That's what a lot of people are thinking. So now your interest rate's higher and you're paying almost 90K more for the same house. But if you buy now and lock in your interest rate, if rates do go down, then you can always refinance a year from now, 2 years from now, and then lower your mortgage payment, right? So if you come to this site with me, 365, thankfully the rates are back in the low fives. If you calculate that, your payment's about $2,012. That's just principal and interest. If it goes up to 6% again, that same house is going to be $2,229, which is basically $200 more a month. If it gets up to 7%, which some people think it will get there, now that's $500 more a month just with your interest rate going up. Now, if that house goes up by 90,000, let's say you're paying now $450 for the same house. Look at that. That's $1,000 more a month for the same exact house if you wait. Statistically, if you look at this data, the best thing to do if you're thinking about it is buy now if you can. And I get that not all of you are in a position where you can buy now. Maybe you need to save up more money for a down payment, or you're working on building your credit. So my advice to you is reach out to us so we can partner you up with credit up to get your score up, and talk about programs that can help your down payment situation so you don't have to wait to save up the money yourself. You can also get gifts for your down payment if it's a primary residence. There are lots of options you have to buy a home today, regardless of what your situation is. But I can't help you. My team cannot help you unless you reach out to me, send me a message, put a comment here, share this video, call me, text me, whatever we can do to help you, because I think now is the best time to buy. If rates go down in the future, then awesome, refinance in the future, but don't wait to buy, because statistically, looking at history, you're probably going to pay more money. And even if the market doesn't appreciate 13% on average, like with the statistics I just showed you, let's just say that gets cut in half and it only appreciates by 6%. Let's do the numbers again. 365 plus 6%. That's 21,900. So if you wait 1 year, you could pay basically $22,000 more for the same exact house. Waiting doesn't necessarily mean you're going to save money. Let's say you wait 2 years. Well, now 2 years, 386 plus 6%, it's another 23,000. So you're going to pay, if at worst it only appreciates 6% year after year, it's almost 20K every year that you wait more for the same exact house. Moral of the story, if you can buy now, go ahead and do it. Reach out to me if you're thinking about selling. The market's still going up. We could see a small little curve where it just flattens out just a little bit, and instead of these 13% gains, 14% gains, and that's on average. In some areas, we've seen 30% gains. That could slow down. So all that I'm saying is call me. Here's some facts. Here's some data. Here's some history. I trust you guys like this video. When June's done, we'll put another video out about how many listings are on the market. Right now, there's around 6,000, which is about 2 months of inventory. Still a super strong seller's market. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. If there's anything you want to see about a specific zip code or Bernie, something around San Antonio, call me. I really love doing this for you guys. So have a blessed one, and I will talk to you soon.